Hey all, it's Tegan. It's an awesome Tuesday afternoon, and you may be thinking, what in the world is this girl going to talk about with this subject line? And I just want to take this taboo topic and make it comfortable. Breast implants are kind of a more normalized thing nowadays. And so I'm going to take all the uncomfortableness out of this topic by telling you to be comfortable in what I'm about to share. So the reason that I am making a video on this is because my blog post is not quite ready yet, and I wanted to share this sooner than later based on some conversations I've had recently. So here goes. My heart's pounding a little, but I want you guys to hear my journey in this and to know that this exists. So I'll start off by sharing that about 13 years ago, fresh out of high school, I was in retail and had lopsided breasts. One was bigger than the other, and I thought I would go ahead and have augmentation so I would feel more comfortable in my own skin. And fast forward to after I stopped nursing my fourth child, Liam, I started having some really bizarre symptoms and headaches, constantly joint pain, just thinning of my hair, just weird things that had never occurred before. And ever since then, I've just felt off. A lot of doctors have said it's autoimmune stuff, just different things that they might be able to pinpoint that are going on. And then most recently in November of last year, many of you will remember that I was hospitalized for 8 days. But every test was coming back picture perfect health. MRI, CAT scan, you name it. So no one had any idea what was wrong. January of this year, I was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. And a lot of stipulation around that. I had a more in-depth Lyme's test called an IGeneX test done that confirmed that I had Lyme's, and I just didn't feel like that diagnosis was accurate. And then in January of this year, a girlfriend of mine reached out to me and said, "Do you by chance have breast implants?" And thank you, Mandy, for going out on a limb there. And I said, I actually do. And then she led me to Breast Implant Illness support group on Facebook. And after meeting with several doctors, including a nationally renowned plastic surgeon here in Denver, I'm pretty positive that I can say out loud that I have breast implant illness. And so many people out there have implants that don't have any idea that breast implant illness is a thing, that millions of women around the world are affected and afflicted with breast implant illness. Worst cases have resulted in suicide and paralyzation and other pretty serious things. So after meeting with a surgeon here in Denver, I am explanting on September 13th. So that will be a pretty big surgery, and they'll do a complete capsulectomy, and I'll send my implants away to a doctor in Canada who's going to biopsy them. And what we are thinking is going to be the case is that they will be full of mold and or bacteria and fungus. So pretty sick, right? So here's kind of the timeline, and here's why I'm sharing this. Because there are so many of you out there who either are wanting implants or have implants or thanks, Julia. You're gonna make me cry. So I want to share this as a way for you guys to have another thought process on this. I'm not reading any more comments that are going to make me tear up while I'm recording this video. Okay, so there are so many other things that can be done instead of actually having an implant. And I know that so many of my sisters out there have breast cancer or have battled breast cancer and have had a mastectomy or double mastectomy and got implants. So they would feel, as they have told me, human again. And I totally relate to that and can empathize with that. Absolutely. And this is something that it's hard to share because a lot of people don't understand and they don't get it, but I want to shed some light on this. So a couple things. Breast implant illness can happen to anyone at any time. So like I mentioned, my implants are 13 years old, and I didn't experience any symptoms until after I was done nursing my 4th child. So that was only 3 years ago. So two and a half years ago, 2 years ago. Once these symptoms started, then I started realizing that something was wrong. And my symptoms include severe joint pain, fatigue, like I'm constantly swimming, and I can't get this brain fog to leave, headaches, nausea, just random things that no one really wants to have on a daily basis. So with the partnership of my awesome surgeon, Dr. Wong, based out of Denver, people from around the nation actually fly in to consult with her and for them to do the explant. We're going to do the explant and a fat transfer. So based on the way that my body is built, my chest wall would be basically concave. And so we're doing a fat transfer. So they're going to take some fat from other areas and put it in my chest. And so I think that right there is a huge exclamation point that people can look into if they're interested in getting breast implants. You could do a fat transfer, kind of do the mommy makeover and get rid of some other troubled areas as well as increase your breast size or kind of fix a few things after you've had some kiddos and are sagging in that area. So that's always an option as well. So there are several ways that you can identify if this is something that's affecting you. You can go to www.breastimplantillness.com, and there's a whole plethora of information on there. There's also a list of nationally renowned surgeons. So you can search by your state and by your city to find someone that you can speak to that has experience in explanting. And so what happens when your body, when you have an implant put in, your body naturally fights it. So it's going to encapsulate the entire thing with basically like a second skin, like an actual skin. So when they go in and do the explant, they're going to do a complete capsulectomy and get that entire thing out. And that's where they're, that's where the most reassurance is that my body will regain the function that it's lost, and I won't have the fatigue and the joint pain because the problem isn't with what type of implant. So if you have implants and you're like, oh my goodness, like I wonder if she has a silicone or saline or whatever, mine are saline. They it doesn't matter. Basically, what the problem is the casing. So you know how we have water bottles and the water bottles sit out in a hot car and they say do not drink the water bottle? It's because of the toxins that are made in the plastic. And when the plastic heats up, it releases the toxins at a higher rate. So the problem with this is that slowly over time, your body has a ton of toxin in it from your breast implant, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't just not have the toxin released in your body. Now the point is that when depending on who it is, you react differently to this toxin. So there are people out there who have had their breast implants for 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, and they don't have any type of reaction whatsoever. But more than likely, you're going to see people have some sort of something going on, something random that they're like, oh, I just started getting these headaches, or oh, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, as I'm air quoting. So if you do know someone out there, please tell them. I hate that there are millions of women out there who struggle with this and have no idea what's going on. I never even thought for a second that my implants would be poisoning me every day. I have a searing pain in my chest all the time that I just kind of got used to. It wasn't something that I was even really fully aware that was a problem. But please share. I feel like this is something that God has really pressed on my heart to talk to people about. And there have been over a dozen of you, some of you on Facebook, some of you not on Facebook, who are looking into explanting because we've spoken. And I had no idea. It blows me away that there are so many people out there who are struggling and don't know why. So I am not making any type of claim on this, but in my opinion, breast implants will at some point have a Surgeon General's warning on them, like the tobacco industry, saying that implants are hazardous to your health, when before no one would have any idea. I had no idea. I thought that it was completely medically safe. I never thought anything about it, nothing, until January. So my world has kind of been blown wide open with this whole thing. The Breast Implant Illness support group on Facebook is fantastic. You can search it or private message me with any questions or thoughts, or I can add you to it. But they have just been a wealth of knowledge. So if you're thinking about getting breast implants, know someone who has them, or are wondering what in the world's going on with your body, and want to explore that maybe you have breast implant illness, please reach out to someone. If not me, someone. But there, again, just to normalize this, there's a lot of stipulation about vanity and all of this over getting breast implants. And I will tell you, those of you who know me, that is not my heart. And so I want to make this an okay topic to talk about because it is. And I'm very thankful for the people who have leaned in and been my support system through this. And yeah, so again, breastimplantillness.com is the best source for outside of Facebook information. You can Google it. There's tons of information out there about it. But I wanted to share this just in case that it helps someone with what they're going through, and just pray for the next couple of months and for my surgery, and I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll share a blog post with kind of more statistic-based stuff, fact-based stuff, medical-based stuff, but this is just my heart and what's going on. So anyway, have a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.